let's talk about the data now. And this is what is for us at Rallyware. This is one of the things that we love a lot. And really what we find interesting about it, and when we start these types of programs, or when we suggest to people when they start these types of programs, is of course, when you have onboarding of content, and Christina, thanks so much for going through the science behind the content and learning and micro-learning. But when we're talking about reinforcement of changing behavior, now what we're looking at now is can we actually change that behavior? And can we prove that we're changing that behavior? And to do that, we need to have access to data. And so when you are looking at this first, one of the things that we say with people is that give yourself some forgiveness if you can't get a lot of data. So we start with little things, and then of course you can expand and expand and expand. But here's some examples, and as it relates to the industry here is maybe we want to look at and we want to try to change the behaviors around time to first order, time to second order, or maybe the number of days in between purchases of a specific product line. We talked about smart incentives, different approaches along those lines. Maybe that's something that tied into there. We're just looking at the behaviors of driving purchases inside of a product line. Or let's say we want to talk about prospecting and the average number of digital touches before somebody purchases. And then we know that the behavior we want to drive there is to increase those touches. And then, of course, maybe it's parties or online meetings or whatever that may be to help drive that business. And then one more down the bottom is just maybe we're looking at recruits as well. So again, start with what data is available, and then we're going to start applying those microactivities. So when we look at microactivities, we want to split them up between two groups. Of course, we've got the learning microactivities like Christina did a great job presenting earlier, but we also have the business activities as well, and we'll get into those in just a moment. But these microactivities around learning, so, are we going to have them watch a video, new business updates, go through tutorials of product launches, listen to specific podcasts. One of the things that Christina talked about was delivery, right? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people on the call and just in general who consume so much education when they go for a walk or ride in the car or anything along those lines. So again, that delivery of that information, and then when they complete a quiz or answer a survey, something along those lines. But the ability to take that data, and as it relates to the performance information, so we take that data and we now apply that and bring that together with the micro business activities. For example, publishing a social media post, or maybe sending an email or a text message and getting the information that's there. There's a lot of vendors out there that can really help with this type of information, getting this data, and then bringing it all together. Of course, that's a lot of what Rallyware does, but there's a lot of companies out there that can help gather this data and help produce this data if that's something that maybe you're lacking at that time. So again, some of these business activities, publishing social media, send out emails, scheduling parties, or maybe even following up with customers. Again, that one in and of itself is great because that one's a combination of maybe some e-commerce data and maybe a CRM platform of some sort. So again, the thought process there is that we know that micro-learning is going to educate them. Now let's go ahead and bring all of this fun stuff to life.